Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be making I think it might be viral, but I might have just seen one TikTok, the COPYCAT chicken gnocchi soup from Olive Garden. Like I mentioned, I saw a TikTok on this recipe and I've honestly never had this at Olive Garden. I can't remember the last time I went to an Olive Garden, but it looked really good and I thought it would be fun to make. So this is gonna be like a chatty cook with me. So I'm gonna pan the camera down and just chat while I'm cooking. I'll link the recipe below. I'll try to bring you along as I'm doing the different steps, but I might forget to mention something. Almost definitely will forget to mention something. So check out the link if you want to make this. This has 1,192 votes on this website and it's a 4.9 star. I don't know if I mentioned the website, but it's creme de la creme. So I think it'll be good. I'm also going to be making some tweaks to the original recipe just based on what I have. For example, I'm not using plain chicken breast, like plain cooked chicken breast. I have canned chicken, which I know is kind of controversial, but I had a half a can left in my fridge and I'm trying to use that up. So I'm going to use that as my chicken instead. And then I didn't buy fresh spinach because I have frozen spinach that I have also not been using. So we're going to use that. All right, let's get the cooking show on the road. This is so fun. I always loved watching the Food Network. So this feels like my Food Network moment. Okay, I'm gonna prep the materials and pan you down one sec. This is my large pot and don't mind this also. I'm just gonna put this on the stove and heat up some olive oil. It says 1 tablespoon, so I'm gonna actually measure that out, I think. Okay, and while that warms up, I'm going to chop up 1 stalk of celery, a half a white onion, and I think that's it. I already have pre-shredded carrots, so I'm not gonna do anything with those. I'm using the back side of my cutting board because the front of it is a little dirty and I honestly don't know how to clean it. So if anyone knows how to clean a cutting board, that would be super helpful. I've used baking soda and vinegar, and anything beyond that just feels like too much. I'm just gonna cut off literally 1 stalk. In case I didn't say this, I'm not a professional cook, chef person. I'm just making soup on a Sunday, so that's what we've got. 1 stalk of celery chopped. I'm gonna cut this in half just so it's easier, get the dog hair out of the way. So I actually despise celery on its own, like ants on a log never really worked for me, but I do like it in soup and I actually like it in green juice. So those are the main ways I come across it these days. How's your guys's lives going? Do you like soup? I also don't really love soup or think of making it, but when I have it, I always really enjoy it, so. There's the celery going into the pot. I'll give you a pot shot after all my veggies are in there. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with the rest of this celery, so we'll see. All right, next I'm gonna do the onion. I am so excited to be chopping an onion. I'm gonna wash this because it's really dirty. I don't think I've ever washed an onion before, but it's the first time for everything. And then I feel like I heard of a way to make it not make you cry. Okay. I'm really excited to be chopping this onion because I basically have spent the last 2 years with onion cut out of my diet because I thought this is kind of dangerous and crooked. I was basically following the low FODMAP diet, and onion and garlic is a super big no-no in that diet, and it helped for a while, but I stopped following that diet because all of my, it wasn't really helping my symptoms anymore, so I had to find an alternative route. So I cut the onion with leaving this half of the root on. So we'll see if it makes me cry. I'm really tempted to say I'm sorry for my knife skills, but I'm having fun and this is making soup, so it's just not that serious. But I'm gonna put a disclaimer anyway. I don't know, maybe one day I'll get over it. No, I'm definitely crying. That trick did not work. On the same note as my not eating onion for a really long time, I've also not been purchasing raw garlic. So I've been using garlic powder. So I'm gonna use that in this instance also. I'm gonna say, so 2 teaspoons minced garlic. I feel like powdered garlic is stronger than minced garlic, so I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon for now. I guess I'll move so you can see my face right now. I am so guilty of saying like and all the time. I've also now found out that also is one of my words. I'll say also, and also, also, also. I need more segues. Leave segue recommendations below. Almost lost the milk. Okay. I'm also not lactose intolerant, which I thought I was for a really long time. Moving on, carrots. Half a cup. That's this. For some reason this felt like it was going to be a lot more soup than it is. Here's what I'm working with. I'm going to stir it up. And then this says to cook it until the veggies are translucent. So I'll be back. The onions are almost translucent. I don't actually think the other vegetables have to be translucent, but I wanted to share a pro tip from me as a pro to you. That was a joke. You don't want your garbage to smell like onion. Just take the produce bag and put all the onion scraps in the bag, and then tie off the bag and throw this in the trash, and it should help a little bit. I just opened and drained this can of chicken. I used the Kirkland brand from Costco, and then this is a leftover half can that I have, and it's kind of freaking me out because I just a week ago-ish started feeding my cat wet food, and the resemblance is uncanny. Uncanny. And this is pink and this is not. But it's all gonna look the same in the soup, I hope. So after the onions are translucent, I'm going to add the chicken broth, salt, pepper, and thyme, and also the chicken. And then this says to bring to a boil, then gently stir in your gnocchi. Boil for 3 to 4 minutes, and then reduce heat and simmer for 10 minutes. So let's measure this out. Oh, this is opaque. Oh, this has low sodium. This is not low sodium. Do you think I should water it down, maybe? Maybe because of the canned chicken, I'll do a cup of water. 3 cups of chicken broth and then a cup of water. He literally came over because he thought that this was his food. That's my food. Oh my gosh. big stretch. So I'm going to very carefully bring this over and pour it in. Ooh, look at all that flavor. So much flavor. So there's the chicken broth, and then I'm going to add 1 can of chicken and this half can of chicken. And then I'm gonna just add salt, pepper, and thyme to this, and I will catch you when I put the gnocchi in. I take that back. I'm not gonna put salt in it because we've been through this with the broth and the canned chicken. It might just end up being too much salt. So pepper and thyme going in. Does anyone else's bangs do this? I swear my hair is clean. All right, the dishes are done. And our soup is boiling. So I'm gonna add the gnocchi. This calls for 16 ounces of potato gnocchi. I got this bag, which is 17.6 ounces, and I'm not gonna save 1.6 ounces of gnocchi for another recipe, so I'm gonna add the whole thing. Rebellious, I know. All right, I put the gnocchi in, and this is what we're looking like. I think that I'm actually gonna add the, what time is it? Okay, so this needs to boil for 3 to 4 minutes before I reduce the heat, and then let it simmer for 10 minutes. And then this says to add the half and half and the spinach after those 10 minutes, but since the spinach is frozen, I think I'm gonna put it in before reducing the heat for 10 minutes, and then after the heat is reduced, then add the half and half, and that'll be the last part, I think. Strategy. Okay, the spinach is going in, and this is a very loose interpretation of a cup. I'm doing a little bit less just because this is already like pre-wilted. So I feel like if I put a cup of wilted spinach versus a cup of fresh spinach, those are like drastically different amounts of spinach. So I'm going to mix this in, lower the temp, and then be back in 10 minutes. I know I said I'm not lactose intolerant, but this amount of half and half feels really intense. Oh man, wow, that looks so legit. Let's start. Yeah. For some reason this smells like bacon. I don't know if there's something in the gnocchi that is causing that, but it's definitely there. This is gonna simmer for another 2 minutes-ish just to heat up, and I'll do a taste test. I don't actually own a soup ladle, so that was a very interesting process to serve up, but this is what we have. Look at her. It's beautiful. Bon appetit. It's really good. It's not too creamy. Like, I feel like I can eat a bowl of it and it'll be fine. It's like 70 degrees out today, so it's not really soup weather, but I think that this is a really nice recipe for just like a cozy soup night. It is relatively easy, and it has like your carb, your protein, your vegetable, all of that. Then also I'll definitely have leftovers and can freeze it, so that'll be nice to have on hand. Overall, shout out Olive Garden, because this is some good soup. Good soup. Thanks for watching. Did I just finish my teeth? I hope not. Thanks for watching this chatty cook with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you try this recipe out. If you liked this video, I would love if you could give me a thumbs up, or leave a comment, or subscribe, or let me know if there's something you would like to see. I'd love to do more cooking videos in the future, just to kind of get out of my comfort zone of things that I am making right now, because I am very guilty of having snacks for dinner, and having a bowl of hearty soup feels a lot better in my soul. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.